everybody, it's Colleen from Godsend, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk to you about an experience I had today. You can see today was one of the first days that we as a company, private caregivers, were allowed to go in and visit some of our residents. So that was a big day for us and we were all very excited. And I had the privilege of visiting one of my clients that we've had for over 7 years, and she's had dementia for almost 20 years. And she's probably in a ruby, just between a ruby and a pearl state, but she can still walk and she talks and dances and sings. So she's just a joy to be around, and she is the light of that wing. That memory care portion of that facility, she is the light. She just has fun with everybody. Everybody loves her. So I got to see her today and I was very excited, and we went in and I did all of the PPE equipment and the mask and took the temperature and did all that, and then I got to sit down with her and see her. And at first she didn't recognize me because I had the mask on, but as we were talking, I just kept talking and singing and doing things that we used to do together, and she began to recognize me. And I had brought her a blizzard, so she was eating her blizzard, and when she got done and she began to remember who I was just by me talking to her, she just reached out and she hugged me, and she hugged me tight and she wouldn't let go. And there wasn't a lot I could do in that situation. So I let her hug me. I mean, how could you not? And that's not like her. If you have worked with people who live with dementia, that's not one of the traits that they will usually do, is initiate that. So it was a real eye-opener to me, and then she let go and we kept doing what we were doing. But when she got done with her blizzard, I had to throw the container away. And the trash can was kind of around the corner. So I walked and I went around the corner and she couldn't see me anymore. And this 92-year-old lady who has had dementia for almost 20 years jumps up out of her chair and begins to run to find me. And I was kind of taken back and shocked. And I turned around and she looked at me straight in the eye and said, "Please don't leave." This woman was feeling stuff. This woman misses people. She misses physical touch. She misses interaction. She is affected by isolation, and I don't think I realize the extent of how much she has been impacted by isolation. So it really threw me for a loop. So I'm saying that because I am thankful that we can go in and see our clients again, and I'm not taking this out on caregivers or anything, because they are exhausted. Those poor people and those working in those facilities are just as exhausted as the residents. They don't have enough help. I've always realized how much help the families and private caregivers give them. So they've been doing this on their own for 7 months. But I wanted to take a moment, instead of just making it a Facebook post, I really wanted to talk about it because I needed the emotion to come through. This is not okay. It's not okay. What we are doing to our elderly is not okay. And if kids can go to school and wear masks, and masks work, then why can't families go in and see their loved ones? Why doesn't that work? So this is a very urgent request. We can't sit by and let this happen anymore. I don't see it getting any better. I don't see a time where families are going to be able to be reunited with their loved ones. Not behind a screen, or not you know, 6 feet away outside. They need to feel that touch, and they need to feel the love from their family. They miss them so much. And I got to visit another client who's in the personal care portion. This client doesn't have dementia. So I kind of went and we talked for a while, and I told him, I said, hey, my husband Ron, I said, Ron really misses slumming with you. He misses going out and doing all the chores and errands with you. And he said, you know what, I miss that too. I said, well, are you allowed to go out, or what are the restrictions on that? And he said, well, I have to have a doctor's appointment. That's the only reason I can go out. And I said, well, why can't we, you know, one of these doctor's appointments you have, we could just make it a little longer so you can drive around. And he said, oh, I would love to do that. But I don't want to mess things up. I don't want to lose the right to be able to go out. And that just struck me, because these people are paying thousands of dollars to be in these facilities. And again, it's not the facility's fault. But these poor residents are so afraid to speak up, and they're so afraid to go against the grain, that they feel like their rights are gone, and they don't have any rights, and they shouldn't feel like that. They are the client. They should be getting what they want. And I understand that this virus is very serious, and we have to use precautions, but this is not one of the precautions we should be using. People need to see their loved ones. It's just not right. So I would ask you to think about this and share it with people, and we need to start getting mad. There's an urgency to this, because people are dying every day, not because of COVID, but because of isolation from their families. And unless you've been impacted by it personally, maybe it doesn't mean as much to you, but I ask, I am asking you to please spread the word. Spread the word to your friends, your family, your mayors, governors, senators, anyone you can. They need to understand the urgency of this, because I don't see it getting better. And our elderly population do not deserve to be treated like this. There has to be a better way. There has to be a better way.